Hello everyone, welcome to Gaming with a Dad. I'm the dad, Steve.
Who?
This is Zach, the gamer.
You use that controller, Steve! Thanks everybody for watching.
Actually, you know what? I have a good time. After the first 5 minutes when I'm in a game, those are the most hectic because I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to continue to play the game, right? But then, once I'm in there and I'm just used to getting killed every 3 seconds, I'm like, alright, you know what? I'm having fun again.
You've gotten killed a lot by that shotgun too, though.
Yes, I have. I've also gotten killed a lot by snipers.
Yeah, the snipers are big. The camping's still pretty bad. It'll get better as the game gets a little bit older, but you know, that's just kind of the nature of where we're at right now.
Yeah. When did the tournament start?
The CDL, which is the Call of Duty League, starts in January.
Okay, okay.
So they're working on rule sets still, and we're gonna get there eventually. The rule set right now is still pretty. The game's been out for a week or almost 2 weeks, right? So the rule set is still very early on, and once they get that figured out, then some bigger tournaments will start. There was a 10K this weekend, hosted by the New York CDL team.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So all right, let's get in this a little bit so I can start trying to understand what's going on here. So when do the big teams face off? When is the big deal? Like when do we see Optic versus NRG versus whoever that guy is who won't forget and who won't heal or forgive, whatever that
So
guy.
again, the franchised league. So there's gonna be a league, just like football has a league, or how baseball has a league. Those will start in January, but these guys have all been playing, right? They play all the time. That 10K online tournament that just happened,
Right.
they played. They've played in a few other games so far, so they're playing continuously. So far, Dallas is looking like the strongest team in existence. Chicago's looking pretty weak. Which is kind of what I told you this actually when we talked about it on the podcast. I told you that's what I thought was going to happen. I thought that Dallas is going to be a good team. I think Seattle is playing a little bit worse than what I thought they were going to play, but I thought Chicago wasn't going to play that well unless Scumpy decided he wants to, really sit down and grind the game. And he has, but he's raging at it just as much as anyone else is. So.
Really?
Yeah, for all of the pretty much all of the same reasons. Just Claymores are really overpowered, and kind of all of the above. But yeah, so a lot of that has been going on already. A lot of teams have already played, and they're playing it as pickup teams a lot of times, and some of the regular teams have been playing. But yeah, that stuff is all going on already. Every weekend there's some tournament it's just not going to be on land, right?
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting you say that thing about the Chicago team because I was listening to an analyst the other day in that regards, and he thought there was a good chance that those guys weren't going to play that great with each other. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And the reasons he was giving was basically that they got a lot of outspoken players and a lot of great players on the same team. And it's like it might not translate very well into, a winning team. For sure. Formal and Scump have played together a number of times, and then they have a few new guys. So yeah, they'll catch their stride. I'm sure they're gonna they'll win a tournament this year. I'm sure. Although I actually don't know how it's gonna go with the CDL. I think they'll place top 3, but I don't think they're winning the entire thing. I think either Dallas or Seattle is gonna win the entire thing. The Gorillas have a good chance. The LA Gorillas have a good chance. But I don't like their main player, so I won't even. Who's their main player?
Aches. He's kind of the heel of Call of Duty, so.
Okay.
I haven't liked him in years, right? I'm kind of I'm a veteran to this scene, right? I've been watching since Modern Warfare 3, which is we're going on 10 years now that I've been watching this scene that's only 12 or 13 years old.
Okay.
So I'm a veteran. I've seen all of the happenings and all of the drama and all of the stuff that's happened for years, and he's the bad guy in everything. So
what do you mean by bad guy? Like, is he just a complete?
He's the outspoken guy who is going to talk trash to everybody, even players who were widely considered like the nice guys or the good guys or whatever. He's the guy who's going to be super outspoken about whatever he wants, and he's the one that's going to try to dictate how everything goes. And that he's just an opposing figure.
Okay.
And you know what? Scenes need that a lot of times. So
Yeah, they need a villain.
right. And Aches has been that for years. And Aches and Parasite have been that for years.
Aches and Parasite. All right, I want to do a little research on these guys.
If you need to know who Aches is, I showed you the video of Nate Shot getting in that little scuffle after one of the events.
Yeah.
Aches is the guy who threw the
that's it.
punch.
Okay. Getting physical. All right, I can respect that a little bit. You know, sometimes you just
Yeah, but
gotta
he's
get
like
physical.
the nerd that tries to get physical and gets beat up by like literally everybody else.
How long do you think it would take you to get physical at a tournament?
I would never.
No.
I would be too much of a. I'm gonna say I'm using air quotes around this. Too much of a professional. Like I understand. You know the nature of the game.
Right.
Right. There's gonna
Yeah,
be trash talk involved, regardless of you know what esport or whatever it is. Like, that's the same way in sports, right? There's trash talk in sports too, and I understand. It's the nature of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't take me very long to get physical. I'm gonna be honest with you, not because I'm a tough guy, but because I'd be like, "What did you just say?" Across the arena, I'm coming over there, dude. Unhook me right now. Not that you have to get unhooked from anything. You're not like on.
You're definitely strapped in like a baby.
Could you imagine?
That would be incredible.
I gotta tell you, man. Though, I've been watching Scump stream. First of all, and you can tell that's something he doesn't really take super serious at all.
Yeah, it's not.
And yeah, I was really taken back by his experience with the game thus far, and also kind of encouraged by it too, because it's like this is what the developers said, right? They wanted to give everyone a chance to start kind of fresh and play. And yeah, it's interesting how you can take something and change one thing, and take Legends not out of it completely, right? But just kind of
make them think about how they're gonna play.
Yeah,
for sure.
Dude, why did they have me spawn all the way back over here, dude? What the freak?
There's no other way that they nerf the game, so. Actually, from what I've seen, none of the pro players like the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
So, none of the pro players like it. A lot of times, the pros really want the game to be catered toward competitive, and this one clearly isn't.
Yeah.
But none of them are. So, you know, it's always a weird complaint that they always want the game catered toward competitive, and you know they want them to be brought in and listened to, and they usually just aren't. And this one was very, very clear that they were not. At least in past years, they've been at least consultants to the developer. This year, they had no idea what the game was going to be like until the beta came out. So they at least try to bring pros in to help the competitive rule set, like early on, of you know, like how long the search round should be and how long certain things should be. And they again did not this year. They did everything themselves because they wanted to be catered towards more of the casual player. And you know, I can see that it is right. Shotguns being strong really help people who don't know how to play or right. So, like, you know, I to be honest with you, there are games now where I have to take the shotgun out to just even be competitive because that's what all people are using. So I've had to do that on. I did that last night in that rage-filled evening. But you know, I don't like to. I sometimes I'll use what we in the industry called cheese guns. Stuff that's just super easy that everyone can use it. But I really hate to do it.
Hold on for a sec. I gotta just look at some of this this loot that just dropped here. If there's anything good.
Just dropped us more. Steve has now been sorting through his inventory for 23 minutes. I'm glad you guys got to skip all of that because I had to sit through it in real life.
You loved it, and it was amazing.
Ah, it was all right.
Yeah, I had noticed that a bunch of competitive players were not enjoying the game as well, dude.
Not enjoying it, dude.
But you know what? I'm not getting paid millions of dollars like some of these guys, so I don't care what their feelings are, right?
Me neither, dude.
Like, I'm having fun when the game is playing, dude. Yeah?
You know, I have fun sometimes.
I want a god level shotgun.
Oh, man. The shotgun is brutal. It's so good he was able to get a double kill on players who were admittedly better
All
than
right,
him.
but I wish we would have recorded that, and they are better than me.
It was
But
good.
It wasn't just that.
No,
it wasn't
you
just the
had a good double kill, but it helped that that gun is single shot at that range.
Yes, absolutely. Because I tagged one and I pointed it right at the other one.
Yep. There's going to be a lot of people in here. This part here took me a while by myself. I'm hoping it's going to be better with you here. But, you know, I don't hold out hope for long.